Well. Wow. Wow. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. I'll bring you guys up in a second, brothers. I see you back there smiling. You can't make this up, though. Wow. The Muslim Lantern. You won't debate him, GodLogic. I bet you won't join his stream, GodLogic. GodLogic will run away from the Muslim Lantern. Oh, he can't handle that at all. He can't handle him. GodLogic, how about Dog Logic? You gotta be kidding me. You can't make this up. He is no better than the TikTok dudes we talk to. No better, no different. No different. Oh my goodness. I mean, to have 4,000 people watching your stream and you cowered away just like that from the topic. You can't even you try to with everyone else, guys, with everyone else, the Muslim Lantern, full conversation, doesn't limit the questions to 2 questions per person, has full-on conversations. No limit, no rush, no pressure, no none of that. I pop up on the scene. It's 2 questions. How's that? I'll let you have just 2 questions. That's it. We can't go in depth. We can't really get into the meat. The man, exactly 100. Get out of my head, bro. The man was shook. And I know he's talking to a sheikh. I know I'm going to, you're going to be shook. I'm a sheikh, duh. But still, my goodness, that calm demeanor, that chill, you can, as soon as someone with a little bit of knowledge hops up on that stage, each and every one of these guys panic, just like he did. Straight panic mode. In fact, guys, so for you guys who don't know what's going on, I was just live on the Muslim Lantern's YouTube channel. He was live streaming. Non-Christians, come on up, Q&A, have a discussion. I'm seeing people go up there, have their discussions, folks who don't know nothing, having their discussions. All of it. Right? No limits to how many questions you can ask. Boom, 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 boom. Already the man started, when he saw me and I came up on the stage, he already started muddying the waters. Already. You're shameless. You just plug. They're saying that you mock the religion, yada yada yada. I'll let you speak for yourself. No, I don't. If you want, you can just you can see my own channel, GodLogic Apologetics. You can check it out, man. See how I conduct myself. Oh, you just tried to be sneaky there and plug your own stuff. I don't promote. You asked me about my demeanor. I'm telling you where you can find my engagements with Muslims. If you want to see for yourself, go ahead and check me out, or let's just talk and be the judge of your own. Oh man, this was amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing. Glory to God. In front of 4,000 people. 4,000 people saw exactly how much of a coward this man is. And I was on there cool. I seen his discussions, thought he was a cool, chill dude. But just like the rest, he's only cool and chill when you don't know nothing. When you don't know nothing. Here's my advice. Here's my advice to you, Muslim Lantern. If you're going to have a stream like that, where it's open dialogue, and you're inviting anyone to come on up, non-Muslims to come on up, be ready. Just be ready. Or matter of fact, how just in your title, put non-Muslims Q&A, no apologists allowed. Non-Muslim Q&A, as long as you don't know anything about Islam. That's when you can come up. That's when you can come up. Let me bring up Amen Podcast and One Way Apologetics. It's the imams of Quran-only Christianity. What's up, brothers?
Salam alaikum, brother. How you been doing, man? I caught that live stream with the Muslim. We'll say Lantern will be nice with his name right now, but that was a very, very pitiful attempt at defending his own religion.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Podcast, did you see it?
I caught the end of it, man. I caught the part where he was trying to clown you or trying to gaslight you on Durar.net. Bruh, how you a Muslim, bro, and you don't know what Durar.net is, bruh? The Muslims tell us about this website.
Yes, exactly.
From this website, bro. And how we know that they use it is because they like to make fun of us because they'll pull it up and say, aha, you can't read the Arabic. So they post all of these hadiths on the website because it's in Arabic and they say we can't read it. So we know that you know what Durar.net is, bro. Like, come on. Crazy.
Exactly. So, no, but really, he really didn't know. He didn't know anything about Durar.net. He doesn't know. He made it clear. He didn't know anything about Durar.net, and he didn't know anything about what the jurisprudence said on this particular subject, on the ruling of marrying a child and consummating with a child. He had no idea what it talked about. This is why he wouldn't let me bring the link. He wouldn't let me show it on my screen. Oh, I don't know you. I don't know what you have. You might, do something a little shaky with it. Okay, you know what? I just sent you the link. Why don't you post it? Is that what you did? Just Google? Like, bro, you are a coward. You're a joke. You are a joke, man. Wow. How are you on your own stream and you're afraid to post the link from your opponent, from your guest? He's saying, look, this is what I have on the subject. Oh, you're saying that? Okay, why don't you look at it? Why don't you pull it up for your audience so that they can see? Because notice, I'm the only one here who's bringing up a reference. Notice that.
Exactly.
I'm the only one in this conversation that even sourced something. You didn't. You didn't source anything. You mentioned a hadith where Muhammad says, do not cause harm to your brother. Cool. Close. Where are you getting it from that psychological harm is even a factor when it comes to child sex relations? Where do you get from that, according to that hadith, that psychological harm is even a factor in that hadith? Where do you get that from? Where do you get that from? Oh, we could just, no, you can't. You can't just make it up. You can't just make it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, if something does happen with that live stream where the part where you had that discussion with them somehow goes missing from the live stream, I did record it as well.
Oh, good. Yeah, yes. Thank you so much, Chris. And so did Christian Table Talk. It's amazing. And here's also something that's funny, is that someone messaged and said I rewinded it, tried to rewind it to the conversation to my part, and he privated the video. He just privated it. I don't think that's a word, but he just put the video on private, ladies and gentlemen.
Muslim lantern?
I asked, yes, the Muslim lantern, DJ.
My goodness.
Guys,
of course.
I literally, before we got into anything, DJ, listen to this. Before we got into anything, I asked him, do you mind if I also take our discussion that we have and post it on my YouTube channel in full, no cuts, no edits, just our full discussion on my YouTube channel? I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. How many subscribers do you have? 85,000. Yeah. See, I don't know if you can. If I want to promote, promote your channel like that, I want to promote, material that's not mine, and you're, dude, it's a joke,
dude.
I'll at the end of this discussion, if I want you to, I'll give you at the end of this to see how this goes if you're sincere.
Exactly. I think he was worried about you sending the link. He was worried that you'd start mimicking Muslims, where you would show porn on the screen. He's worried you'll be like Muslims and start showing porn.
Nah, DJ, you trying to be good with a man, bro. You wasn't worried about that, bro. You know you wasn't worried about that, bro.
That's hilarious.
No, we don't do that garbage. We actually try to show their sources, and ultimately they are scared of getting onto an actual discussion, because I think people know it by now. I mean, I don't want to expose all your tactics, but it is just unfair to get into an open dialogue with you, Avery, to actually expose what their sources say and to actually make them believe. Just make them believe the words on the page. That's all. That's all it is, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's tough. I don't think it's that
I was going to say, the Muslim lander knows exactly who you are. He knows you're not going to show anything that you shouldn't on the screen. He knew exactly what you were going to show, and that's why he didn't allow it.
Exactly. See, this is what we're talking about, guys, man. These guys are such cowards. It's crazy to me. You know, I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised. But look, we were going, I've seen a couple of his videos. I've seen him talk with, these Christians. Me and Chris, we were texting each other like hot because of these Christians that are going up who don't have any knowledge of what they're talking about, butchering the concept of the Trinity biblically.
Oh, I was heated.
Yeah, well, you're like, man, I had to step away. I actually gave up early. I didn't, but something told me that I just had this inclination to just stay there, just stay on the computer or whatever. But I left. Like I went with I went to start reading a book and stuff like that. But yes, it's man, the freedom in his conversations that he has with these people, with no pressure, no worries, guys. I mean, not an ounce of limitation in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? There was limitation on our conversation. He literally put limitations on our conversation.
Put on roadblocks saying you can only do this, this, and that. Like, this is a cage for you. You have to do this. And even in that process, when he tried to start explaining and bringing up his own BS, like saying, oh, this is what this means, and using all kinds of flowery language. And then, I even get caught up. Like, I forget that he doesn't even answer the question. But you pointed out, you know what? You could use all that flowery language, but you didn't answer the question, bro.
You didn't. And then I just gave a general. So to let people know, understand, in case you're not able to see the video, he already he put it on private already. There may be some people that might put up the clips of it and stuff like that. But I brought up to him child marriage in Islam, and I asked him, because he limited me to 2 questions. So I had to be okay. All right, here's my first question to you then. Is there at any point where sexual relations with a child is moral, is morally good, is okay? And he gives a fluffy answer, or not an answer, excuse me, a fluffy response, saying, well, this is the general understanding when it comes to these measures. Even with a 90-year-old, you can't cause harm sexually, and so you shouldn't have sex with her. So same goes with a child. It doesn't matter the age. There's no age limit on this. Shouldn't cause harm according to the hadith. Okay, that doesn't answer my question though. Do you? But I did answer your question. See, this is why I don't like talking to you guys. Yeah, the people like you. That's why I don't like talking to people like you. What do you mean? You don't like talking to people like me because we can call you out when you fluff, because we can notice when you are dodging a question and all 4,000 of us can see it, that you're dodging a question. You telling me what the general understanding is does not answer my question. Is there any time where it is morally okay for a grown man to have sexual relations with a child, prepubescent, as we agreed on? Yes or no? I already gave you the answer. I don't want us to go in circles with your next question. You only have one more question left. That's even in it. Look, I used to play SmackDown versus Raw 2006, 2007. That's my game. Hell in a Cell match or a cage match was my specialty. I'm good in a cage. I'm good in a cell, because I can't go nowhere, and neither can you. Neither can you. If we're stuck within my 2 questions, fine. I'm gonna ask you the toughest 2 questions I got. That's it. That's gonna be straightforward and put you in the box.
That man brought up the Def Jam 5 from New York days, right? He went all the way back.
For real though.
That's wild. I was listening to it, and I was really amazed, because a lot of the sources that he said he was bringing, he wasn't actually showing it. And the fact that he had control of the live, he could have just easily showed it. If he could have easily thought of the hadith, or I think he even quoted, I don't know if he quoted the hadith number. I don't want to say he did or not.
No, he did not quote the hadith. He just mentioned a hadith that says, where Muhammad says, don't cause harm to your brother, or something like that.
Right, yeah. So we're all familiar with the hadith, which I thought was actually extra bad on his part, because he knows that a lot of his Muslim viewers are familiar with the hadith. So then the $1 million question is, okay, you yourself said that there is a principle in Islam where you are not allowed to harm the person that you marry, the minor that you marry, physically and mentally. Then afterwards, you quote that hadith as support for your idea of the jurisprudence. Okay, fine. So if you're going to quote that hadith, then you need to be able to show it on the screen where it explicitly says that, and he refused to do it. So the reason why I say this is extra bad is because we know that your viewers know, we know that the hadith does not say that. So why did you bring it up as evidence to support that claim? I don't think that that was very fair on his part, and he knew it. That's why he kept trying to skirt around it.
Yep, trying to skirt around it. And this is also what these guys do, guys. They try to find something to hinge on. Dang, nobody's on camera, man. Y'all might as well not be up here. They try to find something to hinge on to avoid the conversation, to avoid the actual point of the discussion. You're driving, Chris. You're not you. It's talking about the other heretics that are at home chilling.
Yeah, I'm driving. I had to pick up kids.
You're right. So it's all good, Chris. It's all good, Imam. You're the Imam. So you good. But to try to deflect from the conversation, and this would work with anyone else, probably. Not anyone who's like, not used to this stuff, I would say. Not anyone else. People who aren't used to these discussions, people who aren't sharp in these discussions, aren't focused, right? What he tried to do is what they try to do, like they'll say, so you know the Arabic, so what does this word mean in Arabic? Try to do something random to get you away from the point to say, see, he doesn't know this word in Arabic, so he doesn't know Arabic, therefore he can't say anything on this conversation, right? He tried to do the similar thing with me with, you said that you know the jurisprudence on this. What are the 4 schools of thought? Name them. I named them 2 and told them the other 2 are slipping my mind. Oh, see, you can't even name all the 4 schools of jurisprudence. It means you haven't studied it. Yada, yada, yada. Try to deflect and he tried to stay on that for the longest. He tried to stay on that for the longest, but and try to frame it as if I did not know the 4 schools of thought, even though I correctly named him 2 of them and said the other 2 are slipping my mind, but they're right here. And it gives you the consistency. Oh, here's another thing. He said that there isn't a consensus when it comes to the ruling of marrying a little girl and the consummation. Oh man! Oh my goodness!
And then at the end, he said the scholars differ a little bit on this particular. And I'm just like, on which particular issue are you being specific about? So you're saying that there are some scholars who do actually agree that you can marry and consummate a minor. So are you saying that this is okay? So honestly, which school of thought did he fall under? Because I guarantee you, I mean, it's just, like maybe there's only 4 of them. So he had to pick one. Maybe the ones that you were getting ready to say he would have fell under, those 2 that you named, that's why he was being a little ambiguous about it. I think that's probably what it was. Because he knew exactly what they say, but he wasn't trying to be truthful about it, which is pretty sad.
And also, he kept saying that it's got to be like a majority and this and that, the scholars and whatever else when it comes to Islam. But when I was listening to that conversation and he was trying to talk the biblical verses with that Christian that was up there when they were talking about the Trinity, do you remember, Logic, any early church father that the Muslim Lantern would have quoted or anything else like that to show that? Because he said in the discussion with you that that's what he does, is he goes to the early church fathers and use their quotes. Do you remember him doing that?
He didn't do that not one time. I didn't hear a quote.
I didn't hear one either. They love that. They love that standard. We have to go to their hadith. We have to go to their scholars, specifically Sunni scholars, not the Shia scholars, of course. It has to be specifically Sunni scholars when we're interpreting anything from their Quran. Yet they'll go to John 17:3, disregard any early church father rendering of that verse and what the understanding is at all, and simply go with their own understanding of it and say, you Christians worship 2 gods. This is the only God. Like, come on. This is just what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think what was like really interesting about it though was, Avery, you said, okay, well, based on what I'm reading, I'm just reading it. And this is exactly what it's saying. Like, I'm not saying this. I'm just reading what it says, and I'm coming I'm making an inductive argument based on the information that I'm getting from the people that you deem trustworthy. This seems to be something that is allowed within Islam. And I would love to have a back and forth conversation with you on this. Can you please give me some additional information that may contradict what I'm reading from these people? And he refused to engage in it. And I think that that was really disingenuous on his part. And it showed, matter of fact, there was a comment, I meant to screenshot it. There was a comment in the audience where one of the people was like, he's not answering any questions. I'm a Muslim. And, you know, this is one of the reasons why I'm kind of like getting away from it. Now, it could have been a Christian. I don't know. You know how, but I don't think we get down like that. So hopefully it wasn't a Christian that just made like a comment, pretend like he was a Muslim. But nonetheless, it was pretty true. He was not answering any of the questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always distract. And, you know, Uthman is especially, you know, he does this a lot. So you ask about a specific topic and be like, hey, this is what this scholar says. Well, who is the mother's cousin's aunt's daughter-in-law of this scholar? I don't know. It's like, oh, okay, well, you can't even bring up this subject.
Right.
Well, that's not what this is about. Like, can you like address this issue? This is what this scholar says.
That's awesome. That's hilarious. We got some dogs barking in the chat, which you know, I'm willing to take you guys for a walk if you want. So come on up.
Also, Logic, you gotta know too, brother. You're very deadly when it comes to Islamic apologetics, right? And so far, Muslims realize that their career is in jeopardy if they have that discussion with you and they're the ones that get caught. Because it's going to be all over, and they know that. They realized that from Sheikh Uthman, right?
Yeah.
When Sheikh Uthman was at the park, he was doing his thing. He was getting his followers, like he was getting all those views and everything else like that. And to get the views that he wanted to after your engagement with him, he had to go to other places to get those discussions, to get those engagements. And then he had to avoid you and everything else to do this, to build himself back up, to get his credibility back where it was. Same with a few other people that we know as well on YouTube as well. Now, the Muslim Lantern's seen that, and he's like, I ain't going to let GodLogic do that to me. So you got to watch it, brother. I think that you're going to be blackballed in the industry because they're going to be feared to lose their apologetic career after dancing with the GodLogic. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Is this the same Lantern guy we've been talking to on TikTok?
No, that's just a fan.
I never even heard of this guy. Yeah, I never even heard of this guy until like recently.
Yes, well, some Muslims were like, "Oh, you won't talk to this guy." That's how I know about him.
I think he does like street dawah, and because I think I've seen him on street dawah talk with Christians. You know, talk with Christians who don't know very much, and of course he'll catch them he'll catch them because that's the way dawah teaches you, to be sneaky, and yeah, I think that's where I've seen him from. Oh yeah, shout out to J Apologetics. Y'all should watch his videos on Sheikh Uthman's latest issues. Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious.
Not let that slip away. Uthman caught in adultery, surprise. Tough world.
Just following his prophet.
Just following the prophet. Allah's the one who made him do it, so it's okay. I mean, Allah fixed the amount of adultery he'll commit.
I'm actually really surprised that he privated that video. What I'm thinking he's going to do, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. What I'm thinking he's going to do, actually, now I think about it, he's probably going to edit it like the way that Uthman did when you went over there and you had a conversation with him. He's only going to edit and cut the parts where it seemed like he was getting the upper hand instead of just allowing the full conversation to go through. What you should do, you should message him and say, hey, if you have any humanity, bro, like if you have any humanity, release the full video and let me play it, because I already know you're just going to quote mine the whole video, but good luck with that.
Yeah, there's none of that. If you guys want Christian Table Talk on YouTube, you guys subscribe to that channel, Christian Table Talk. They will be posting the link there. So Christian Table Talk, they'll be posting the video there. If you guys want to see this. Now, I'm inviting the Muslims to come up. If you're not a Muslim, Please do not request. Do not hit the link. I see that the Muslims were here saying, let me up. And why would you lie to your audience and stuff like that? So, okay. So if we're lying to the audience, come on up. And actually, let's see if you can do a better job than Muhammad Ali. You know, Muhammad Ali, not the real Muhammad Ali. You know,
his name is Muhammad Ali for real.
Yes, his name is Muhammad Ali for real.
Muhammad
Ali.
Dang, bringing shame to that name.
Yeah, James, let me know you're a Muslim, bro. Minnie Mouse, I need you to show your face, please, on the screen, so I know that you're not a troll. Only I can see it, but I need you to show your face if you want to come up. James, let me know. Are you a Muslim? Let me know in the private chat so I can bring you up. Let's see if you guys can do better than Muhammad, your prophet, and your apologist who ran away from the discussion and kicked me, blocked me. Let's see if you guys can do any better. Let's see if you guys can do any better. Let me know that you're Muslims in the chat. Before I bring you up, I need you guys to confirm in the private chat that you are Muslims, and I need to see your screen. All right, JJ Muslim. All right, let's see how this goes here then. Yeah. That's what I thought. James and Minnie Mouse, go ahead and show your faces. If you guys don't show, James, I need you to confirm. I know I'm a Christian. Okay, I'm only letting Muslims up right now. Only letting Muslims up to come on and try to prove how Muhammad Ali could do, if they could do better than Muhammad Ali. That's what I would like. Thanks for the super chat, Pro Life and Angel Guarded and King Drake. Shout outs to you guys. What's up, JJ?
Hello, how are you guys?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. So I'm not a scholar or anything, so I'm not coming here to debate y'all. But I was on the stream. I follow Muhammad, and I'm coming here just to refute the couple of claims you are making.
Sure.
So the first thing is about privatizing the video. Maybe you don't know, but he did not privatize or make your specific video private. If you have seen any of his streams before, which I assume you haven't, every video is saved to his private, and then he edits the videos, not editing to remove stuff, because I watch all the videos from A to Z, which are usually 2 to 3 hours, but then he splits up the different interviews completely and posts them as they are, few days later, 4 or 5 days later. So it was not at all a cowardly decision to privatize it, first of all.
Do you think that he'll post our discussion?
What's that?
Do you think that he'll post our discussion, the discussion I had with him? Did you see it?
I don't know. It's up to him. He doesn't post every discussion, and sometimes he takes 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. And at the end of the day, it is his channel, just as this is your channel. You could allow someone on. You could decide to post a video, remove a video. So it's entirely in his own rights to do as he wishes. Do you agree?
You're right. It's in his right to do as he wishes. However, that doesn't take away what he does if it's cowardly or not. He has the right to act cowardly if he wants to. So
what do you mean? What do you mean by act cowardly? I mean, let's first of all agree that he did not privatize your video out of cowardice.
He private the live. Whether you're saying that he does it out of cowardice or not.
No, he does it for every video. So I'm just correcting your claim, because if you go on any video, go on the next stream, and you will see that it's not there.
I have reason to believe that he did this one out of cowardice, because if you said that you watched the conversation, so you saw when you did. Okay, so you saw when I asked him if I can also post our discussion on my channel in full with no edits, no cuts, and he shied away from affirming that I can do that. Why do you think that is? He
didn't shy away. The fact that you asked him for permission, it gives him the right to say yes or no. It cannot be that you ask him. It cannot be that you ask him and you expect a yes. Then why do you need to even ask him?
Why didn't he say yes or no?
Because it's up to him. That's the point. He can decide to post a video. It's the same way as if he would let you on or not. He has been on the live for 2 to 3 hours before you joined. And
you're missing.
Just give me a second. Before you joined, I think you had the intention of having a very long debate for like an hour or even more. Before you even were let on, I'm assuming you were there, he said, I've already been for 2-3 hours, which is the maximum he does. So I'm just going to let this guy, the last one, on. And then I'm gonna drop. So he was not restricting you in terms of numbers of questions because
Yes,
he was so afraid. Trust me, GodLogic.
okay.
He
So
knows
again,
he knows
okay.
he knows the Bible by heart from A to Z.
No, but he doesn't though, because if he were to talk to anybody on this panel about the Bible, he would get cooked.
He knows.
This
Wait,
is
hold
why.
on. He said he
Trust
knows
me,
the Bible by heart.
Yeah, he
by
doesn't know
heart.
the Bible by heart at all. He doesn't know the
He
Bible by
knows
heart
it.
at all.
He knows the
So,
Bible and the Quran by
JJ,
heart. I mean, so
JJ, one
I
second.
don't think you're in any
I let you
position.
speak, right? JJ, I let you speak, didn't I?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm asking again. You said that he didn't shy away. My question is very simple. I asked him straight up, can I take our conversation and post it on my YouTube channel? Whether he wants to post it himself and do whatever he wants, that's on him. All he had to do was answer me on whether or not I am allowed to post our discussion on
What
my
did he
channel.
tell you?
Add it up by now.
What did he tell you?
Why did he give me a yes or no on that?
He told you, I will tell you at the end of the life.
So exactly. So why did he dodge? Why did he dodge the affirmation or the decline
I
of
will
being
tell
able
you
to
why.
post our discussion on my YouTube channel?
I will tell you why. The first
Go ahead.
reason, he didn't have to dodge it. He can tell you point blank no, because you asked a question that's
I
a yes or
agree.
no,
I
right?
agree.
So he doesn't know you. A lot of people were posting in the comments. He doesn't know you, right? A lot of people were posting on the comments before you join a lot of negative things about you. I mean, I
So
haven't been on your channel before either or heard of you. So a lot of people were posting negative comments. And he is very careful that he does not want to give a platform for people who are posting in your, if you think it's correct, but in our view it could be entirely incorrect conceptions about Islam. He does not want to give a platform for that. So it's entirely in his right to tell you, I will let you know at the end of the conversation whether I think this is an okay video to post or not.
But JJ, here's my thing: is
Do you
that
agree with me or not? Do you agree?
no.
So if
Just,
if I meet a person, let me just make this point. Let me just make this point. Sorry.
No, I got to touch here. Let me tell you why I disagree. Because he literally dodged the question. But two, his purpose of why he does what he does is to bring information about Islam and to spread correct information.
No. That's not the reason. He has a channel, GodLogic. He has a channel with 4K. You have 170 on your stream. I don't think he needs you to decide whether you're going to spread his word incorrectly or correctly. I don't think he needs that.
That's not what I said. So please pay attention to what I said. Is it not his mission to get accurate and to inform people about Islam accurately and to give them the truth about Islam? Yes or no?
That's part of it. That's not the whole story.
Okay, good.
He's letting people come on to ask questions about anything and to answer them.
Exactly. And so when you have someone who apparently has false ideas about Islam, false arguments about Islam, and brings them to you, I'm talking about Muslim Lantern, brings them to him, right? And he has the knowledge and capability of dealing with this properly, giving the right perspective on this, giving the true answers of this with the sources and things of this nature with the right understanding, then he has no incentive to shy away from the person posting the full discussion on a channel, even if it's a non-Muslim channel. Because the truth about this argument, the truth about this argument is about to be put out even on this anti-Islamic page. Now the people who follow this person will now have the right understanding on this issue in Islam.
Okay, he has a big issue with people who come across as insincere, which I can see just from the 5 minutes I've spent on your channel. I'm coming on it after the video.
He could easily embarrass Avery if Avery is wrong on an issue. You know, somebody who supposedly memorizes the whole Bible and the whole Quran.
Trust me,
he knows the jurisprudence. Well, real quick. He could have. He could have, but he didn't.
Let me finish my point.
Supposedly, he knows the jurisprudence better than Avery on this issue, but he was scared to go into the jurisprudence. He has no interest
of wasting his time with insincere people. To your point, he is there to answer questions for people who he believes are sincere. So if he thinks, listen, if he thinks you are insincere, and you asked him the question whether you could post or not. So it's in his all rights to tell you yes or no, or I will judge it later. Just like when you meet someone new for the first time, yeah, whether it's a lady or a man, and you ask them for the phone number, they don't give it to you straight away, yeah. They have to
No, this
know
is
you before they give you their phone number because
a
it's in
false
their right.
equivalent. This is
By
a
the
false.
way, Avery, I don't know if it's just me, but your mic still has that issue of like cutting out when somebody else is talking. But I don't know if it's just me.
Hold on, let me. I don't even remember what I did.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
Hold on.
So I would like to translate the word sincere. I believe the word he's actually looking for is ignorant. So if a person asks him a question
someone who is
and
genuinely
knows
coming
the
to seek
answer
information.
and can call him out for lying,
Sincere
then
is someone
he
who is
doesn't want
genuinely
to be
JJ, hold on,
exposed.
hold on. She
information.
just
Hey,
started talking.
JJ. Hey, JJ, you asked people to be quiet while you were speaking. Let you finish. You can let the lady speak.
No,
So-
she didn't ask for permission to speak first. I'm dialing in to speak
You
to the
don't
main,
really,
to the
you
main
don't
guy.
get to
Hold
give
up.
permission. Guess what? Guess what? On this live stream, like you wanted to talk about the Muslim Lanterns live stream, you don't get to
Well, I'm not
run this
talking to you.
live
I'm not
stream.
talking.
You're
I'm
just
not
simply a
dialing into
guest
phone to
on this
speak to
live
you. Yeah?
stream. You're simply
I'm
a
speaking to
guest
the
on
guy
this
who asked
live
me to speak,
stream. You
yeah?
don't get
So
to
you can just be
choose how
quiet.
this live
You
stream
can
is
just
ran.
be quiet.
So that's a good thing about that, eh? Go ahead, Mary.
So what I am hearing here is that he only wants to talk to people who are ignorant and unable to correct him, because his definition of a sincere questioner is someone who doesn't already know the answer. So if they are lied to, they won't know.
Exactly.
Whereas, and that
Are
is
you
why
done?
he wanted to wait to find out whether or not he could successfully lie to the person and trick them, or else if they know and call him out, he wouldn't give permission. So if you are a quote unquote sincere questioner, meaning ignorant of the answer, then he would love for you to post his untrue answers. But if you are a quote unquote unsincere listener and you know the answer and you know whether or not what he's doing is trying to deceive people, then he doesn't want that because that would expose him. That's why he said, I have to wait. Now,
So
hang
why
on.
did he let him
I
on the
would be
channel in the first
happy.
place?
Hang on.
So
I
why
talk to
why did he
Muslims
let
all
him
the
on?
time, and I would be happy for the insincere Muslims who will not answer questions to repost the things that I talk to them about, because I expose them. Because
Okay. Are you done?
insincerity in Islam means lying, but whenever a Muslim is insincere. But whenever a Christian is insincere to you, that just means somebody who knows what they're talking about. That's why dhimmis are not allowed to read the Quran. They are strictly forbidden from learning about it, so Muslims can lie to them.
Are you done?
Exactly. By the way, great job, Mary,
I am
on
now done.
David's stream.
This is
God bless.
complete BS. He saw what people were writing about him before he let him on. He had the complete right to say, I'm not going to let him on. Simple as that. And sincerity is someone who is genuinely coming to seek information, not coming in with a number of pre-prepared questions that they think they will use to refute the religion that millions of people are joining. So you guys can keep on clowning here, but I think I've just come here to make my points.
We'll continue
I've come to speak to the main guy on the channel, not to all you bunch of
Well, I just want to thank you for confirming what I just said, because what you just said, you literally just confirmed what I said, is that he wants to talk to people who are ignorant and don't know, not to people who are, and again, you define sincere right there in your mind as people who are ignorant and can't call out his lies. So
exactly. And here's another thing too, because I let my Christian friends know that I was about to go live with the Muslim Lantern. I let them know, and they asked me, "What topic are you going to bring up?" And DJ, you're in the chat, right? Did you see my message?
Yep.
What did I say when they first asked me? When they first asked me, "What are you going to bring up?" What did I say? If you remember.
So I got into it kind of late, but you were kind of questioning it for a second. So I'm scrolling up.
Yeah, just go to scroll up, because I don't want anybody to say that I'm lying or whatever. Go to where they first asked me, what are you gonna bring up? And my response there.
Is that the one where you said probably child marriage?
Yeah, you said I don't know yet.
Exactly.
Go to the next one where he says
probably child marriage.
There it is.
Probably child marriage. You see that, guys? I didn't have a plan. I was just there. And whatever triggered, I was going to bring it up. So the reason why I said probably child marriage was because, as I said on the stream, he was talking to a girl who he was talking about how moral Islam is and how Islam's morality is for the world and it's good for everyone and things of this nature. So that's what triggered, like, oh, okay, maybe I'll talk about child marriage, see what he thinks about that. This was not pre-planned. It was not pre-prepared. But if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so it's not my fault. It's not my fault that he himself is ignorant on the subject in his own religion, and clearly didn't want to talk about it with someone who possibly knew about the subject that can call him out.
Exactly.
Tough, man. Tough world for these da'is out here. I just wanted to come up here and talk about this for a second, guys. For those of you who do not know what's going on, I was just live on the Muslim Lantern about 40 minutes ago, just live on his YouTube channel, trying to have a discussion with him. And he kicked me out, said I was insincere, limited me to only 2 questions, did not want to go in depth on the conversation, was running and dodging like the coward he is, man. And I'm just calling it how I see it. Got to call it how I see it. Got upset when I called him out for shying away and dodging the question, when immediately he muddied the water, saying that, I'm shotgunning different points that's off topic and yada, 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 and steering away from or running away from him asking me questions, saying those things about me. But as soon as I say something slight as, yeah, you're shying away from the question, and I don't understand why. Oh, I'm gaslighting. I'm throwing at homonyms now. It's still like, bro,
and you know what? You're wrong. You're wrong on one point earlier. It got up to 5,000 viewers, bro.
Oh, it got up to 5,000.
Yeah, bro. What's funny is when you tried to clarify his answer, because he wasn't giving an answer. You're like, okay, is this what this means? Is that what you're saying? He was like, no,
yes,
I didn't say what I'm saying.
But you used the
terminology. I answered you clearly. Like,
that's so funny. N.A. Odessa says, Muslim Lantern convinced me Shaitan indeed urinates in my ear at night. Keep the brilliant dawah going. Hashtag the light of Islam. Yeshua Akbar.
Yeshua Akbar.
Yeshua Akbar.
What up, Radar? What up?
Also, Logic, what I noticed too in his definition of is it immoral at any time for child marriage, in his definition, he didn't say no, it's not immoral. What was really enlightening about his answer, Logic, is that as long as in his view, now I'm only taking his view, not going to the Sharia, because you were right on the Sharia, he wasn't. But let's just take his view, that if the girl is not harmed physically nor mentally, she could be married and consummate the marriage at 5 years old. He'd have no problem with it, and it's not immoral.
Yeah. I have no problem with it. It seems to me, as long as it doesn't cause harm, mentally or physically.
It's really interesting how Muslims will not define harm as it is defined in the Sharia. They will not tell you what the word harm means and what is considered in harm, because it's what it means is fistula. That is the definition of harm. So as long as it doesn't cause fistula, that is considered to be not harm. And a fistula is whenever the vaginal opening gets torn so that it becomes one with the rectum. So that there is only one opening, and the girls from then on leak feces continually. And wherever they go, and So you just smell like rotten feces all the time. And you're dripping rotten feces. You're fecally incontinent forever. And that is the definition of harm that you're not allowed to do. And so the various authorities will say, for example, if she is very small and he is very large and she fears a rupture, because that is the harm that Sharia cares about. And I don't know where this mental harm comes from, because if she runs away from her husband and she's whatever age, and she is considered to be like that upon which a sex act is done, she is to be returned to him. So I don't know where this mental, like I always get all these Muslims, mentally mature. No. If you think, if it is the official consideration that it won't cause a rupture, then she has to have sex with him. That's it.
Yeah.
And if he does cause a rupture anyway, well, he just miscalculated, so now he owes her blood money and support, but now her life is destroyed.
Yep.
That is so disgusting.
That's how it is. That's Islam. Let me give a shout out to these to the super chats here. The Westwoods say rhetoric on point, scripture reference locked in, Islamic knowledge unmatched, Sheikh Logic keeping Muhammad on his toes and licking the black stone. Yeshua Akbar, all praises to the Most High God. And then we have Lika asking, was this recorded? I want to watch it. Yes, it was recorded, but the Muslim Lantern put it on private, and I doubt that he will post it. But if you subscribe to Christian Table Talk, they will be uploading the discussion in full. So Christian Table Talk will be uploading that discussion if you guys want to look at that. So go ahead and check that out on Christian Table Talk. All right, guys, subscribe over there. They actually post pretty good content too, so got to check them out. Also, guys, I got to get off in a second, but going to be going live with David Wood in just in about 40 minutes. David Wood and I will be going live on his channel because someone, I don't know if you guys have seen Bobby's Perspective, that guy?
Yes.
Dude, beard, yes. So he reacted to me and David's debate with the two Muslims. And so we're going to go ahead and react to his reaction.
He's the most obvious grifter ever. This is the guy that I point out whenever I make fun of Muslims and say how incredibly gullible they are. Because he's about as Muslim as my black dog. He really is.
Yeah, he finessed the Muslims pretty bad, man. I don't think he was popular before he started just reacting to propaganda videos on Islam.
Yeah, he had anti-vegan content and it just wasn't really taking off. And he started doing that, and his Telegram's old. And his Telegram has all kinds of incredibly filthy and racist and awful things on it. And he's just like a slime bag who's grifting. And Muslims are like, "Oh, you believe?" And he'll react to jinn videos. That's one of the funniest. And take them seriously, like of the fake ghost type videos. And he's like, "That's awesome. Wow, that really shows Islam is true. Oh my goodness." And Muslims are like, "Oh, look at this guy. He really believes in Islam." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are suckers."
Really finessed him. And I think at one point he literally was like, "I'm not going to react to Sam or David Wood videos because they just misrepresent Islam and blah blah blah." So it's
I would love to have a conversation with them.
That's the type of people they like to attract.
Of course. I mean, it's crazy, guys. Like any one of these dudes, these people. I got to throw in the chicks in there too. Itchy Itachi and all them. Some of the females in there. You get into any conversation with these people, man, and the way that they cower, the way that they shy away, the way that they tuck their tail in, and try to hide it, disguise it under rhetoric, under a lot of talk, it amazes me, man. It really does amaze me. They cannot stand a real dialogue. An open dialogue where y'all going, they can't do it. They can't have an honest conversation. And we just saw it with Muslim Lantern, and a knowledgeable Christian someone who's knowledgeable in Islam, knowledgeable about Christianity, he cannot have a straight conversation with. He just can't do it. He can't do it, you know? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close this out, guys. Apologetics Roadshow, I believe we'll be live on Apologetics Roadshow in just under 40 minutes with David Wood. He and I are going to be reacting to Bobby's perspective when he was reacting to us in our debate against those Muslims. So with that being said, anything you guys want to leave off on? No, that's it.
Oh,
All right.
I just
Islam Delinda asked. How about that?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I just saw I say, yeah, great job again to you and to Imam Chris Claus and to Mary and to Amen Podcast on here. So you guys been doing great work. Always teaching, always learning.
Amen, amen, amen. Yeah, if you guys aren't familiar, David Wood's channel is Apologetics Roadshow. I think that's the one. I think that's the one we'll be on. So he has a couple of, I think he has Polemics and then Roadshow. So I think Roadshow is the one that we'll be on. All right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move you guys down. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I love you guys. Love you, Mary. Love you, DJ. And to all the other brothers that came through. All right. Love you guys. All right, guys. Well, that's it. If you guys want to see the video with me and Muslim Lantern, Christian Table Talk will be posting that. It should be up by at least by tomorrow. I believe that's what they said. So man, I wasn't surprised at all. Disappointed, definitely disappointed in you know, I was disappointed in him. It wasn't, I'm not surprised, not shocked, but disappointed in him for not being, not keeping that same energy that he kept with the ignorant Christians that came up on the platform, where they asked whatever questions they wanted to ask and all this kind of stuff. The Muslim just tried to cover for him and try to say, oh, well, no, you know, you were the last person and all this kind of stuff. I literally offered, guys, in the conversation, I said this, I said, is it okay, you know, maybe is it better that I come back another time where, you know, there is no rush, where there's no crunch on time, where you're not tired, you're full of it, you know? So like he said, oh, no, that's not a problem at all. You know, we're just gonna have the conversation and stuff like that. So he told me it's no problem, but I offered to table this discussion, to not even get into it, and me come back another time where we can actually have a full conversation where maybe there's no pressure, no rush, no any of that. And he said, oh no, there's no rush, there's no pressure, no, we got time and stuff like that, yada yada, you know. And he just man, that man was dodgy, man. But that's how it is with these Muslim platforms. Know that there's only one true God who's triune, who's undefeated, died for our sins in the person of Christ, rose again on the third day, and redeems us back to the Father, full of grace, mercy, and truth, by the power of the Holy Spirit. All right, you guys stay tuned. Got a lot of content coming up. Again, we'll be live in just over 30 minutes with David Wood on Apologetic Roadshow. All right, see you guys later. Peace.